that. And then we're going to be moving on to start talking about Victor. Victor is a Watsu practitioner, and I could explain what Watsu is again, but I think it's probably just best that we hear from the man himself. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him in here to talk to you about Watsu and how it can help you in your postpartum period, and probably at a bunch of different times. So I'm just going to let him join us. Oh my goodness, you look like you're outside, Victor. I'm jealous.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you. Hello, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. I am very grateful for you and Sarah to organize this. This is a great service for the community.
Thank you.
Also say thank you to all the participants that are willing and to join this parenthood process. And I feel it's an honor for me to support this process for families.
Yeah, it's a rad time. So I'm going to pop off and I'm going to let you talk about Watsu. So everybody, this is Victor.
Well, first I would like to share that tomorrow is the 10th anniversary of my fatherhood. I became a father 10 years ago tomorrow. And it's been a really special and sacred process. That's been really a personal growth path for me. And well, my name is Victor Barreda Pathos. I am from Spain, where I grew up, and I studied physical therapy, and where I also studied aquatic therapy and Watsu. And after I became a father, just about 10 years ago, I started this deep process in which I started self-studying about RIE approach, which is resources for infant educators. It's a non-directive moral development and very respecting children and their process of development. Also, my wife was doing a doula training, a full spectrum doula training, which I was part of like 75% of the workshops, while I was also studying Watsu. And my focus at the time was around Watsu for pregnancy. And I started to understand what my role would be, what my service would be as supporting life from the very beginning and supporting life through pregnancy and using Watsu in aquatic therapy. And that's when Aqua4Life was born in Spain. But then I moved to the USA, and I had to take a break because I couldn't offer bodywork. And I was working with children. I was doing some permaculture in education and outdoor education in a Montessori school and a Waldorf school. And I really like reconnecting with, I've always loved working with children and just having my kids and learning about babies and development. I've always loved it. And it was a really beautiful 3 years of not doing body work and just developing this connection with children again, which I still do offer swim lessons. And I'll tell you more about my Watsu practice. But I feel like this COVID-19 pandemic has helped me to slow down and to bring more of that family time. I've been enjoying so much this time with my family, and that's been that time of reflection for reconnecting with my purpose. And that evolving mission of supporting life from the very beginning goes into beyond, how you call it here, the parenthood PDX, right? And anyway, I would like to just tap on what my services are. I do offer Watsu for pregnancy and for couples. I also offer Watsu for postnatal recovery, for infants and children. I do also offer Watsu for pain relief, people with motor vehicle accidents or after surgery, people that are seeking for a deep connection relaxation process, or for athletes. And I have a couple gift certificates in the baskets that are raffling. So good luck everyone with their raffle. And well, probably you are all wondering about what Watsu is, right? Basically, Watsu comes from two words, water, shiatsu. And this gentleman, Harold Duell, American poet that was studying shiatsu in Japan with Master Matsunaga, came back to the US and started developing how I can do all these bodywork techniques in the water and harving hot springs in the 1980s. And he developed this process which now we call Watsu, over the decades. And now it's a therapy that's used in more than 90 countries around the world, thousands of practitioners using it in many different spas and clinical settings, from pregnancy to people with disabilities, from people with injuries to people that are looking for relaxation. There are all these different applications. Today we will talk just about Watsu during the childbearing year. Basically, Ten Shiatsu is based in, it's a Japanese technique that's based in the Chinese medicine meridian theory. And it's based in just using acupressure, stretching, and movement to help harmonize the chi energy to support the self-ability healing of the body. So how does this work in the water? The water has different healing properties like hydrostatic pressure, buoyancy, resistance, and fluidity. And that creates like a three-dimensional massage table. So you are basically floating in your back, supported with the practitioner with different floaties around your body. And the warm water, which is usually around 94, 96 degrees, also enhances the relaxations of the muscles and the nervous system. There is one of the principles of shiatsu, which is connecting with your breath. And I think this is one of the most important things about Watsu, that breath connection. In fact, the first movement that you learn in Watsu is called the water breath dance, which is just feeling when you breathe in, the body floats out, and when you breathe out, the body slightly sinks. And that is like a dance with the water. And once you connect with that, it leads to other movements. So there is a sequence of movements which involves some rocking, gentle and vigorous stretching and movement of the different joints and muscles of your body. There are moments of stillness. There are times in which you perform maybe some acupressure and the meridians, or maybe other massage techniques like myofascial release, craniosacral therapy, or in my own case, due to my physical therapy background, I use some advanced physical therapy and manual therapy techniques. And one of the things that I think it's more characteristic about Watsu that has helped me also in my land work, when I work on a massage table or in the ground in a futon, it's that sense of being instead of doing. So it's not like you are doing a massage or you are performing, which you are also doing, but it's more connecting with that sense of being. And being in the water, it's kind of easier to tap with that mindfulness aspect of the Ten Shiatsu technique. And there are some holistic benefits of Watsu. And in fact, Aqua4Life has a number 4 because it symbolizes the 4 aspects of human life: the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. Now, into the physical body, there is, you can find that there is an increased joint mobility after a session and flexibility. Like people definitely feel that they're more movable and more flexible after a session. There is like that sense of alignment in the spine. There is a lot of work in the spine and how that alignment in the spine helps with the alignment in the rest of the body. It does boost the other systems, all the organs, and helps with sleep quality, respiratory capacity, and even digestion. And it has, in the mental aspect, that relaxation of being just there in the water helps with tapping with your inner side. And it does help with getting better self-esteem, more mental clarity, and generally people after a session feel like there is that positive state of mind. And emotionally, Watsu has a very profound relaxation and emotional balance. It does have, sometimes during sessions, you can feel there are some emotional release, like you may experience that in craniosacral therapy as well, and in other techniques, somato-emotional techniques. And it does have that component into the water, just being in, we are made out of water and we're in the water. It feels like that sense of being in the womb. And it does connect with some emotions that are there stuck in our memory cell, and it helps release. So there is that connection with even like a spiritual aspect in which some people feel like that sense of oneness with everything, that sense that we are connecting with something higher than what we can understand with words. and many people can feel that sense of connection. So I feel like those four aspects of human body are interrelated. It's not like you can work into the physical but not into the mental, or there is all together. They're all interrelated. And now I would like to talk a little bit about the indications of Watsu. So during pregnancy, uh, what I think people that are pregnant and come to receive Watsu sessions, and they feel that there is a weightless aspect of being in the water that you cannot find anywhere else. When my wife was pregnant of our third child, and she had a lot of Watsu sessions a couple of years ago, and she's got also a lot of massages, and she was mentioning, it's like, you know, you can try to find comfortable with these body cushions, and like sometimes it's quite impossible, but when you're laying down in the water, it's like you are just supported in a weightless environment. It just feels, right? So it's an ideal practice for pregnant people. It does help relieving pain and muscle spasms and sciatica and pain in the upper body. It does help with loosening joints of the pelvic area that can help with labor preparation. I don't know if you've heard of spinning babies or the DVDs that this woman has. I've seen them with my wife, who's a doula, and I was looking at those videos. It's like, this is what I do in the water. I'm just preparing all the pelvic belt to create more space for the uterus and to create a better positioning for the baby, and that will help with the outcomes for birth. So I feel it's great for labor preparation. It does have a reducing anxiety and deep relaxation aspect. I feel like there is a lot of stress in our modern life, and as in Chinese medicine they say, pregnant women should be not receiving any stress, any bad news, and just tapping into connecting with that baby and to bond with that baby. And Watsu is a wonderful practice to have that sense of connection and relaxation to prepare for that process of giving birth. And at some point towards the end of pregnancy, Watsu can also help stimulating labor using acupressure point, using some of the movements that I talked before about the pelvic belt, and helping that baby going down and more engaged. And it does help with that baby position. And I had in Spain, many years ago, this woman came with her baby in breech position. She wanted to have a home birth, but the midwife wouldn't attend her with a baby on breech. She tried everything. She tried acupuncture and moxibustion. She tried the inversion. Nothing worked. When she came and talked to me, she was like, I feel really scared of giving birth because in my first birth, I had an episiotomy. So there was all this emotional connecting with the physical, and I just gave her a session. And after, she was kind of in tears talking to me, and she was like, I just had a vision of my baby. Like I saw my baby literally, and we held hands, and I told him, I'm not scared anymore, I'm ready. And that baby went, and she went to see her midwife a couple of days later, and the baby was not only upside down again, like with the head down, but the baby was already engaged and ready to give birth. And she gave birth at home as she wanted. And this is one of the things that led me to understand, like, this is really powerful. So I want to do this, right? And it's part of my process, that deep process of understanding what my role is to support families and pregnant women. For the postnatal recovery, I feel like giving birth is a traumatic experience, no matter what, for the body. And Watsu can help restoring and speeding up that healing. And it does help with the spine and pelvis realignment, definitely relieving pain and decreasing swelling. And for sure, connecting.
Hey,
Yes?
We're gonna have to move on to Carol.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming and speaking with us all about that.
Yeah, there is more information in my website, www.watsuportland.com, and I'm always open, to talk more about my practice.
Thank you so much.
We will throw your business card that we have for you up real fast just so people can see that while we switch over to Carol.
Thank you for joining us today, Victor.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.